For this year's budget, which the City Council has approved, we're undertaking projects today.
In Memorial Park?
In Memorial Park. They are not, in the scale of city projects, significant in capital dollars, but refurbishing of the jogging trail is going on at this very moment.
And that's consistent with the master plan, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, at some level of investment, we are already at work.
Okay, and so over the next 5 years, the amount of public funds that will go into Memorial Park via the TERS is what?
First of all, we have to determine what the increment's going to be. Tax increment financing.
Sure.
I think we have budgeted some funds over a 5-year period in the teens to early, $20 million. But that is all depending on what the increment might be. But those are projects, those are budgets that will be brought annually to the council, which you will approve both the budget and the projects that we undertake through the city.
And I appreciate that. I just want to highlight, we've been talking about this being a private situation, and I think it's quite clear that it's not. And when we talk about equity with regard to public funding with regard to these parks, we now see that that is just not the case in this instance. Thank you.
Mr. Reading, I understand that primarily the dollars are going to, the first tranche of dollars are going to drainage.
That's correct. Just corrected a terrible erosion problem at Woodway and Buffalo Bottom that was destroying the park a foot at a time, I guess.
So there is an amenity going in, which is an overhaul of the Seymour Labor on the Trail,
Right.
but the bulk of the TERS money is to go to basic infrastructure.
In the scale of this, if we look at examples like Herman Park, where the private sector has raised over $200 million, and the public sector's investment is really fairly insignificant, although it's hard to put every dollar to work.
Is that significant?
In Herman Park,
The private
the
investment.
Herman Park's $200 million of private funding is significantly larger than any public investments we made there.
And then could I add that what will happen also once this plan is put together and the order and the costing out, then MPC is going to take on a major capital campaign to bring in those pieces, to bring those donors to the board, to the total building of the plan.
I guess my point, Director Turner, is that if I had a base of, say, $100 million worth of public money that I could leverage to raise private funds, it'd be easier for me to raise dollars for Townwood or for Westbury or for any of the parks in my area. I don't have that opportunity. That's all I'm saying.
I would just say I don't disagree with you at all because the projects that we're working with you now, but we do it project by project. It may add up to a dollar amount, but it's project by project that I do with each and every one of you. That's how we raise money. It's by the individual project. And a donor gives money based on their interest in that project. We have lots of great projects, but a donor will only contribute to a project they're
But
interested
a donor wants to see his money go as long and as far as possible. And if he knows if he can get a dollar from the match with public funds, he's going to want to contribute more. He's incentivized to do so. If you're not in the TERS, and if you're not in the Golden Bowl, there's no incentive to do so.
I would just add, I don't disagree with you, but I will say we work every project just like you're asking. We go after them just like we're dealing with Wild Heather right now. We went every way possible to find additional funding for that park, and I hear what you're saying.
Councilor Chris.
Just wanted to kind of reiterate some of the positive parts of this master plan. I've been at the ribbon cutting of Buffalo Bio Park and Emancipation Park, the improvements at Herman and now Memorial. When they started this master plan a long time ago, there was accusations in the beginning that it wasn't an open process. We didn't know about this. But I'm telling you, since then, been hundreds and hundreds of hours of listening to the public, changing the master plan to accommodate some of the concerns. And I'm just saying that I don't know of a better process that they could do to prioritize this master plan. The discussion earlier from fellow council members, you know, I'd like to put all 367 on parks on a priority list of getting donors. But we've got donors here, we've got a plan. Let's put another crown jewel on this city and make Central Park in New York look like Kittyland. So I'm in favor of it strongly.